Can you talk about the importance of mindset and how do movement and mindset support each other in our efforts to age well?
Thank you. Thank you. That's a great question. And it leads to what became my second ABCs, because once I had the first ones, which dealt more with physical function, I said, well, what would be a good ABC system for how we function mentally? And that became attitudes, beliefs, and commitment. And looking at our attitudes, looking at our beliefs, recognizing that some are really very positive and supportive of us doing things that nurture our well-being, that nurture our relationships, that help us have a positive attitude towards life. So I think I just knocked myself off track. But also becoming aware, I'm back. Also becoming aware that there are attitudes, negative attitudes. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Judgmental types of things that are not conducive to healthy aging and well-being. There are beliefs, especially for women. There have been a lot of beliefs. For older people, a lot of beliefs about what they can or should, do. So by drawing your attention to what your attitudes and beliefs are, you now can choose, well, this is a good one. I like this one. This is really supportive. It's empowering. I'm going to keep that. I'm noticing I have this other one. It's like that little, the positive and the negative little voices. I'm going to invite the negative one to go away. So we're talking mindsets. These are kind of mindsets. And then the C of this ABC system became commitment. Great. Now that you've done this exploration and you've had some revelations, what are you committed to doing? You may be committed to nothing. That became the C of my ABC, of the ABCs of, what was it? Of personal growth and transformation. That's what I called them. So I don't know, does that answer the question a little bit?
Yeah, it does. It seems like, mindfulness and mindset are connected, and that mindfulness is kind of directing and redirecting us to that mindset and helping us to kind of reevaluate what is our mindset. And this is where I think journaling really comes into play every day. It's like, what am I going to work on spiritually, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially that is going to enable me to be, as I always say, be my best today, but be better tomorrow, that we're constantly in that kind of growth mindset. And, we tend to think that we stop growing once we hit a certain age, but, we're still growing until we're planted in the ground, assuming we're planted in the ground. I guess some people are on shelves and mantles now anymore with more cremation, but.
Jeff, you just reminded me, my late father-in-law needed rehab, and he needed to work on his walking because he shuffled, and, I could help him. And then one day he said to me, Vicki, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I went on to YouTube, and in the book, there's actually a link and you can just Google on YouTube, old dog learning new tricks. And there's this obviously very senior dog that is being taught a trick. And, I look at myself. I mean, I'm not quite an old dog, but I'm, 80 years old is considered old. But I'm learning every day the opportunity to speak with you, to learn more about podcasting and all the things involved with it. And I want to throw another word in there, and that's the word purpose. Because if there's anything that keeps us young and keeps us moving forward, it's really, I believe, it's identifying what our purpose is in life. Even if it's just to be able to stay alive long enough to see your grandchild get married,